Please join me in congratulating our 2009 Garvey Award winner, James White, from the class of 1966.
In a sort of way, I think I know all of you. I'm very humbled to receive this year's Garvey Award and very grateful to the previous recipients who measured my contributions to St. Ignatius and felt them worthy to be considered. There's just so many alumni who give so much of their time and talent to St. Ignatius. Just to have been considered for this honor is quite overwhelming to me. It is a privilege to stand with men like Mike McDonough, Frank Zombeck, George Seuss, Ed Mullen, Jim Kogan, Jeff Leach, and the dozens of other Garvey Award winners through the years who have taken the call to be men for others to its highest level. I would first like to take this opportunity to extend my congratulations to this year's Distinguished Alumnus Award winners, Father John Cregan and Mr. George Wasmer, who join an impressive list of graduates that have used their formative years at St. Ignatius as a springboard to a successful career in today's complex world. Congratulations to each of you. I would be remiss if I failed to mention and to thank my friends on the editorial board, the ones who produce the finest high school alumni publication in the country. Our editor, Carolyn Kovach, along with Tim O'Callahan and Elsa Pavlik, lead a team that puts out one exceptional issue after another. My longtime friend Dick Zunt and I have relied on their help and guidance through the years to review our work and to make it even better. Special thanks to Mark Kodomarski, who has proofed and spell-checked our magazine for years to make sure every issue is perfect. Thanks to all of you for your assistance. I'd like to take a moment to mention my classmates from the class of 1966, some of whom are in attendance this evening. We may have been overshadowed by the class immediately ahead of us on the football field and on the basketball court, but we take a back seat to no one with regard to our continued love and support for St. Ignatius. Previous Distinguished Alumnus Award winners Matt Likovic and Jim Rohr, and previous Bellarmine Award winners Ken Lucina and Tim Johnson are just a small sampling of the many talented individuals that come from the class of 1966. Dale DeBoer and Rich Fujimoto from our class have spent their entire careers here teaching my many nephews and cousins that followed me through the halls of St. Ignatius. Our longtime class representatives, Mark Singleton, Joe Cleary, and Tony Zupancic, have kept our class in touch with each other and with our alma mater for more than 43 years. I am proud to say that I went to St. Ignatius High School with all of you. My first introduction to St. Ignatius came at a very early age. I was 7. My dad, a graduate of the class of 1944, not only gave me his name, but my devotion to and my appreciation of St. Ignatius High School. While growing up, he used to say, if you graduate from St. Ignatius, you can go to any college in the world. Well, that may not have exactly been correct in my case, but it was certainly something to strive for at the time. Anyway, back in November 1955, my dad asked me if I would like to go with him to the charity game down at the old Cleveland Stadium to see the Wildcats play for the city championship against Benedictine. I jumped at the chance. However, there was a catch. My dad insisted that I learn the St. Ignatius High School alma mater so that we could sing it together at the game. He wrote the words down on a piece of paper, and I went off to my room to begin memorizing it. In a way, it was sort of a preparation for a Saturday morning 8 years later when Father Jim O'Reilly suggested that I might want to memorize 70 lines from The Merchant of Venice before I headed back home to South. So, with knowing the alma mater under my belt, I knew I could get my dad to take me to many more games, which he did for the next few years. By 8th grade, I'd even perfected begging my mom to drive me over to West Tech Field on a cold Tuesday afternoon in November to see a playoff game with Holy Name. I even got her to drive me down to the old Cleveland Arena for the Senate Basketball Championship against East Tech. I was still in 8th grade. The date of March 5th, 1962 was an important one in my life. That was the day I received a letter from Father Bain telling me that I was accepted to St. Ignatius. And although my years at St. Ignatius went by very quickly, I consider them among the best times in my life. From Father Brennan's Latin classes to walking through the West Side Market on the way to and from the Rapid, there was always something new to see and learn. Plus, I had the ultimate experience of learning from some of the same great teachers that had taught my dad more than 2 decades earlier. Men like J. Leo Duggan, Father Harry Brockman, and Frank Bitson. And when I graduated in the spring of 1966, I left these halls confident of my abilities and with the deeper appreciation of my faith in Jesus Christ. In the many years since I followed my dad through the doors of St. Ignatius and out into the world, I've watched my brother Mark and his 2 sons follow as well. My godson, Chris, as well as a number of other cousins, have also graduated. All of us left prepared for what was ahead of us and grateful to have been here. As a husband and a father, I am blessed with a wonderful family. My wife of almost 32 years, Bonnie, and my beautiful daughters, Tara and Colleen, give me every joy that I could possibly want. Their love and support mean more to me than anything in the world, and they know how much being a part of the Ignatius family means to me as well. Finally, in the months and years ahead, as I think about this evening and see the Garvey Award hanging in a prominent place in our home, appropriately chosen by my wife, I will think about Father Garvey's influence on my dad and how fortunate I am to have been given the opportunity to grow and learn at St. Ignatius High School. Thank you.